Using basic technical analysis along with the wave principle can be very helpful when trend trading. If you are a student of the wave principle, do not forget about traditional technical analysis methods that you have already learned, such as trend definition, trend lines, and support and resistance. Here is a daily range chart of Aussie-Yen, so the Australian dollar crossed with the Japanese yen. And everyone will agree that this market is in an uptrend. The series of higher highs and higher lows since March 2019 defines this for us. The definition of a downtrend would be a series of lower lows and lower highs, and we can see that the trend was down for the month of October. What should also stand out to you is the areas of resistance and support within the respective trends. Taking a look at the price action up from the March low, we see many cases when resistance became support, and this is exactly what we expect to see within an uptrend. So we can see where price action ran into resistance, it breaks out of it, the subsequent pullback then uses that resistance area now as support, and the uptrend resumes. So that can be seen in a number of cases as the price action advances. So when we do get a pullback, the pullback does not necessarily have to pull back to an area that was resistance or support. However, the wave count that we're working with often helps us with regard to identifying the areas that will be support in an uptrend and resistance in a downtrend. So here we see price action did run into resistance. We got a pullback on a number of attempts. We tried to break out and then we spiked out of it. So price action came back to test that area that was resistance, and it should now be support. However, you can see for the month of October, the price action managed to make a deeper retracement and trade below that area that had been resistance. Again, the wave principle helps us with regard to this context because we can define the trend into various degrees. So although the price action had broken through that area of resistance, it did come back and test the area of a previous fourth wave and located support. The nature of the pullback was also corrective, which had us on the lookout for support. And then in November, when the price action began to push higher and take out the areas that were resistance and then started to become support, we had further evidence to favour the larger degree uptrend from March was resuming. And again, we have a series of higher highs and higher lows, pullbacks to areas that were resistance, and so on. So if we take a closer look at the price action from that October low, we see that the price action behaved in the same way. So we had a series of higher highs and higher lows, and within that advance, the areas that were resistance became support and the uptrend resumed. So no matter what the time frame or even the market that one is working with, this is a form of technical analysis that holds true. And I encourage you to get familiar with it and incorporate it within your analysis or trading. And here is a real-time example of putting this theory into practice with an excerpt from the Currency Pro services. This is an update from the 8th of February. And while the chart does explain itself, the update itself reads, our immediate focus is on 5 waves unfolding from 80.04 for wave 3 in circle. If Aussie yen pulls back, we expect the area of prior resistance circa 80.50 will now be an area of support. So like I was just explaining, within an uptrend, the area that was resistance, we now expect it to be support on a pullback, and once tested, the uptrend will resume. So here you can see the price action came back and tested that area of resistance, and it's now acting as support. And the nature of the price action that is unfolding within that area of support is corrective, and we define corrective price action as counter trend price action, and it's setting up for the resumption of the uptrend. And here you can see we've got price action starting to break out of it. We're tracking a 5-wave advance to unfold for purple wave 5 up from 79.20. And here now is another updated chart from the 17th, and you can see we got some nice impulsive price action up from that area. So it's a great example of this resistance becoming support, and if this was a downtrend, it would just be the very opposite. So knowing when to use support and resistance, or more importantly, anticipating support at resistance and resistance at support, is an excellent strategy when it comes to creating a trading plan. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions or feedback, you can reach me at the Currency Pro Services. Thank you for watching.